guys, today's video is going to be all about Mr. Caelum. His birthday just passed and I figured now's a good time to tell you guys a little bit more about him, like why we picked his name and why we ended up getting him in the first place. I'm going to go ahead and get him right now. Alright, here's Mr. Little Caelum. Oh, he's a complainer. So I talk a little bit more about why we got him in his little adoption announcement video, which if you guys want to check that out, I'll go ahead and link it up here. But basically, long story short, we had some mutual friend on Facebook was posting that he could no longer take care of his guinea pig and is going to be giving him away for free. And the funny thing is, my boyfriend never openly said that he wanted to get this little guy. He just casually showed me the picture and was like, look, it's a guinea pig. And I was like, okay, do you want it? And he didn't really answer. I was like, well, because the picture literally just said if anybody wants this. But they never specifically said it was a male piggy. But I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a guinea pig. And I was like, we'll find out if it's a male and we'll go from there. And we messaged him and it was a male. And that right there was already kind of deterring the fact that we probably shouldn't get him because, again, we had girls. Obviously, we didn't want to have millions and millions of little babies. But it was like a good 2 or 3 days where I was like seriously considering. I was like, do we get him? Do we not? It's like, if we get him, you know, we'd have to get him fixed. It'd be another piggy. It'd cost more money. And obviously I wanted to save him because I knew we could give him a good home. But at the same time, one of my coworkers at the time told me, she's like, well, you can't save every single guinea pig, which unfortunately is true. I would love to own them all, but that's just not possible. So she was kind of talking me away from it, but I was still kind of leaning towards wanting this little guy. So I brought it up to my boyfriend and I was like, well, what do you want? What do you want to do? And he mentioned that he did want to get the guinea pig. So I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, and here we are today. So when we got him, I'll put some footage in here. I don't want to say he wasn't taken care of, but he wasn't in the best shape, and I think he's still recovering from a lot of that. Literally the day I brought him home, he was, oh, don't fall, babies. He was bloated. He was a little balloon boy. And I've had very bad issues with his bloating. He's been doing better now. He had pretty bad poops for a while. They're still a little soft, but he has gotten so much better. But on top of that, his cage was super small. His nails were so long. He did not have good pellets in the cage. He had a salt lick, which was kind of weird. His hay was okay, but yeah, his cage was so tiny. So he definitely got an upgrade there. So we did change his name. His name was not Caelum when we got him. And that was one of the longest arguments my boyfriend and I had. So the initial picture we saw of him was kind of at an angle like this. All you could see was the white portion of him. And around the time when we got him, the Final Fantasy VII remake was about to come out. So I kind of joked. I was like, oh, let's name him Cloud or Sephiroth. But I was leaning more towards Cloud, and I thought that would be the cutest name for this little guy. Well, if you've watched the naming video on our girls, we kind of went with a Latin name route, which was not intentional, but it just kind of happened. But my boyfriend was like, oh, why don't we name him Nimbus? And I was like, no, absolutely not. It means cloud in Latin. So I was looking up after a while Final Fantasy names, because I was reading an article that said, like, why do they all have Latin names? So I was kind of like, ooh, Latin names, what do they all mean and what are they? The main character in Final Fantasy 15, I believe it's his last name? Middle name or last name is Caelum, which means heavens, if I remember correctly. And we both liked that name, so that's how he got his name, Caelum. His original name was Full Metal. And that was a debate too when we got him before we found out his name, if we liked the name, we might have kept it, but I don't like Full Metal. And he doesn't respond to it. I've tried it a few times, but nothing. Aw, he's laying down all sweet. I don't know if you could see him. So on one hand, like, I don't like that his family gave him away. I firmly believe that once you bring an animal into your life, they become your child and you have to care for them until the day where they're too sick to keep on going, or, just it's their time. On the other hand, though, the parent was responsible enough to know that they couldn't take care of him anymore, so they knew to give him a good home. So I can't fault them for that. And it's been fun having this little guy, especially too because once we got him, I couldn't pet the girls yet, and I thought just, we would never have a guinea pig that would let us touch them. And literally the day I got him home, he let me pet him, so that was actually really exciting. Okay, I'll give you another treat. Just don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Oh, jeez. Here, come over here. Good boy. But yeah, it's been quite a year with this little guy. We've had plenty of trips to the vet, plenty of scares. There was definitely a couple times I didn't think he was gonna make it, but he's here, he's healthy. And no, I didn't get him a cake like I did for the girls. I might get them another one later, but I ended up throwing half of it away. I think Terra was the only one eating it, and she's the one who definitely doesn't need any kind of cake. Alright, I think we'll leave it here for today. This little guy seems restless. He probably wants to go back home. Don't fall, boobies. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on Monday. Have a safe and a lovely day. Bye-bye.